Okay, now remember I said the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take out these bolts here. They're going to be a 14 millimeter. Alright, so we'll take these bolts out here and then we're going to relocate that off to the side. Now, you can use a swivel head socket or ratchet like this, or you can use a straight head, whichever works for you. I like the swivel one, but I'm going to use the straight one for now. You just snap these loose like that and like that. Alright, now we're going to take this caliper and we're just going to stand this off to the side someplace. We're not going to lose these bolts here because we are going to need to put these back in here once we put it back together. So we're just going to set these off to the side right now, and then we'll come right back with these. Alright, caliper. We're just going to put it off to the side like this for now. Now normally I'll hang it with a wire, but I have a nice perfect spot right there for it, so we're not going to do that. We are going to take these brake pads out of here. Now that one's pretty rusted in there, so we'll come back to that. Now, I want to point this out to you also. You're probably wondering why the brake pads are being replaced, because you're probably saying, oh, they look pretty thick to me. They're actually not, because you see that piece right there? That's called a disc indicator. When that disc, when the brake rotor comes in contact with that indicator right there, it's going to start to squeak. And you can tell how close it is because you'll see how close it is? So it's very close, getting ready to touch into it, which is irrelevant anyway because these brakes pulsate like crazy because of the rotor being out of round. All right, so we're going to put this off to the side now. We are going to come back to this and we're going to talk about this a little more. All right, next thing we're going to do now is we're going to come up underneath here and we're going to take these bolts out. They're probably going to be 17 millimeters. Yep, 17 millimeter. And we'll break these loose. We're going to take that bracket off here. This is the mounting bracket that actually holds the brake calipers in. I mean the brake pads in place. They're usually pretty tight, but once you break them loose, they usually come right out without a problem. All right, again, don't lose these because you're going to need to reuse these bolts when you install the caliper mounting bracket back onto the vehicle. All right, but for now, we're going to put them to the side, and we're going to come back to that. This we are also going to come back to. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with this here, but we'll come back to that in a minute. All right, now, remember we talked about taking this rotor off. One, you can get in the back with a hammer here, and you can bang on it to knock it out, which is fairly easy, comes out okay. There's actually another way, don't go nowhere. Okay, rusty rotors are a big problem. Sometimes they rust onto the hub itself. You can get in here with a pry bar like this here. You put it back behind this right here, and you pull on it, and sometimes you can break it loose. As you can see with this one, well, maybe you can't see, but I'll give a little more distance here. You can see here, this one is stuck pretty good. All right, so you have two choices. One, you can get back here with the pry bar like this, and then you can get in here with a hammer and you bang it right here, and you'll pull at the pry bar at the same time. As you're pulling on the pry bar, you bang here and it should pop off. Or you can do it the easy way. You put that bolt in there that I showed you before. Remember that bolt that I put in here before? And now we just tighten that bolt in. And when you tighten the bolt in, it'll pop that rotor off. Sometimes you'll have to hold it because it's pretty tight. But as you can see, that's the easiest way. Comes right off like that. Now, don't pull it too hard because in the back over here, the parking brakes get rusted into the back of the rotor. So I want to show you that. All right, so you just break it loose a little bit. And now we're just going to just play with it a little bit like this and turn it. You don't want to damage the parking brakes inside there. Watch you don't pinch your fingers in here because it hurts like a you-know-what. All right? And what happens is, see this rust inside here? That rust lip right inside here? See that lip? That lip is what causes this to not slide off here. So, all right, but this one here is no good. This a significant amount of rust on here, and we're not going to put the new brake pads on. Plus they pulsate like mad, so we are going to throw these away and we're going to put new ones on. Now, remember we talked about the rust. Let me find my tools. Okay. Remember we talked about rust inside here. If this is rusted in here, you will need to either take a scraper and scrape it with some type of razor blade or emery cloth or whatever you have. If you don't have that, you can use a gasket scraper to clean it like this. Or you can do it the easy way, like I usually do. Take a disc like this and we'll clean this up real good inside here before we put it back on. So, all right, let me get my air supply. We're gonna start cleaning this up. And once we have it clean, we'll come right back, so don't go nowhere. Okay, when you get your new rotor, you're going to notice that the rotor is usually in plastic, and it also has a lot of oil on it because they lubricate it, so it's actually not rusting while it's in the warehouse. Now these rotors here, I am using what's called a premium rotor. They come plated with this material that's supposed to reduce all the rusting. They work pretty good, and they're really not that much more than the normal brake rotors. All right, so now you want to clean the face of the rotor off, both the back part as well as the front, to get all that grease off there. So you just spray it down, and you wipe it off. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to get most of it off, because otherwise it will smoke. We're going to clean inside here where the parking brakes touch. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to get most of it out of there. Same thing on here. And we're going to clean all this face off right here too. All right, now you'll notice that here on the brake rotor is a little tiny spot right there. You will need to put that plug back inside there that was off the old rotor. And the way you do that is you just go in through the back right here and you push that plug out. Comes out really easy. Don't stab yourself. All right, pushes right out. And you just push it right back inside the rotor like that. That's where you adjust your parking brake from, but we're not going to have to do anything with that right now. So, all right, let's put this back together. Now, remember, we cleaned the face of the rotor off already. We are going to take the knuckle here. The hub. We're going to turn it till we get to that cutout area right there. That cutout area has to be right here, because that's how you're going to reach in and adjust your parking brakes. So we just put that over the top like this. Slide it on all the way. And now that it's all the way on, we're going to leave this sit right now. We're going to go back over to that mounting bracket, and we're going to continue with that. This is your mounting bracket. You're going to pull these pins out. Now you see these pins here? You see how this one has that rubber seal on the end right there? I'm going to show you this one. And this one does not. What we're going to do is we're going to take some of that brake cleaner that we have on there. I have it on my rag now. Wipe it all down. They have to go back in the same location where they came out of. All right, just wipe it down like this. And now, before you put it back together, you put some lubricant on here. You don't have to use a lot. Too much is just as bad as not enough. All right, make sure it goes back in the same location where it came out of. Same thing right here. Like that. Slide it back in. And now you want to make sure that you see that little collar right there? You see that little round area? You have to push it until it pops back up like that. Very important. See? If it doesn't push up, then you just pop it back up with your finger and you're in good shape. All right, now we're going to take these pads out. This one is a little rusty, so we're just going to persuade it. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take off this caliper hardware here. Now, you can just pull it off, or you can get in here with a screwdriver just like that and pry it right off like this. And the same thing on this one here. Pry it off like this. All right? Now, if there is a lot of rust inside here where the hardware is going to go, you'll need to get in here and you'll need to clean this off with a with this scraper, file, sandpaper, whatever you have. But this one here, as you can see, it's in pretty good condition. So, okay, whenever you get a premium brake pad, they usually come with the hardware already. So we're just going to open these up and I'll explain to you what I'm going to do here. So, now remember, we took the hardware out before. So what we're going to do is you put a little bit of grease everywhere that the hardware is going to connect onto. It minimizes the amount of rusting that takes place. And then we take the hardware, you put it over the top like this, and you just push it down like that, and you'll see it pops right into place just where it's supposed to. Very important whenever you do a job like this is to always change the hardware. If you buy a set of brake pads and it does not come with it, get it, because you'll have a problem. It'll avoid a problem for you. All right, so that's how the hardware kit looks. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to lubricate every place that the brake pad is going to touch. Makes everything slide nice and easy. See? This is the pad. And once you have the lubricant on it, you see how everything slides nice and freely? That's the way it's supposed to be. All right? So, all right, so that's that. Next thing we're going to do is, remember we took the brake pads off, and remember I said to you, we come back to this piece right here. This is what's called a disc indicator. When it wears down to a certain point, it needs to be replaced. These particular brake pads do not come with the indicator on them. They come separately. So what you need to do is you take the brake pad in your hand like this, you match up where the indicator is located now, and you put this indicator back on. This is the new one. You put it on like this. All right, this did pop in all the way. I did have to get my my glasses to see that, but they are in all the way. So now the next thing we're going to do is you match it up like this, and you see this here? That's where the inside piston touches. So this one we know is the inside brake pad. So we're going to take this brake pad. You can put it in either here, or you can do it later on a car. I like to do it here because sometimes I can see a little bit better. And we're going to do the same thing on this side here. Just push it in. And that's what the finished product is supposed to look like. Just like that. So let me turn you around, and we're going to continue. You just take this, slide it over the top, just like that. And then I squeeze the brake pads together just to keep it from falling out while you're working here. And you screw your 2 bolts in that hold the mounting bracket to the body of the car itself. All right, screw them in by hand. You want to get both of them caught before you tighten anything up. All right, screw it in as far as you can by hand. And we're going to grab our 17mm ratchet that we previously took the bolts out with, and we're going to reinstall them. Okay, brake pads are in place. Now we're going to take our caliper, and again, remember, everywhere that the brake pad touches, you want to lubricate. So if this piston here is touching the caliper, you want to make sure it's lubricated. Same thing over here and here, right? And then we slide this over the top. Now, you see how it slid right in without a problem? Sometimes that piston's not pushed in far enough, and you need to push that back in further. So let me grab a tool, I'll show you what to do with it. Yeah, there's all different kinds of tools, but this one is the one that I use. All right, what you would do is you would take your caliper, put your brake pads in like this, right? And you take this tool, you put it in here like this, and it's pushed out too far. Put the tool in here and turn the tool and that will push that piston back in. That's not the case here because I pushed it in before with that small little pry bar or screwdriver, so we don't have to worry about that. We saved ourselves a step. All right, take your caliper, put your caliper over the top like this, push your slide pins in, and then we take both of our bolts, catch them by hand. Before you tighten them in, you catch both of them in there. All right, now remember that was 14 millimeter. So now we're going to tighten up the 14 millimeter bolts. Now, see these pieces right here? Sometimes they make a difference which way they line up. In this particular case, it does not make a difference. But if it did, you want to make sure it slides in to where it's supposed to. But this one, like I said, does not. So we'll tighten that up. I'm holding it with my thumb, and we'll tighten it up. Same thing here. Now it's just me, but I always put things back the way that they came out. You'll notice that these slide pins were facing top to bottom, so that's the way I put them back in. Nice and tight.